What's going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Hopefully, everyone has found a way out of their food coma from Thanksgiving. For those of you who celebrate Turkey Day, shout out real quick to YouTube. So, if you guys are watching this in the future, jump over to Twitch for live streams. Otherwise, if you want to keep living in the past, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. It helps me a ton. Maybe someday I'll be able to exclusively stream on YouTube. For now, Twitch is where it's at. Everyone else, how's it going? Hope your Saturdays are going well. Camcorder, what's going on? Voluptuous dumpster fire, just chilling before bedtime. Oh shit, whereabouts are you again? Everyone should know by now my brain is shot and I have shit memory. Oh, Norway. So yeah, it's pretty, damn, it's very late for you over in Norway. Very late. It's going good. You back to work, camcorder? Damn. Yeah, that's pretty fucking late. That is pretty fucking late. Before we get on with the mold making, I'll show you guys kind of where things are at with the LED panel. Oh, you were working yesterday? Okay, cool. Are you officially over the vid, man? Are you officially over the vid? I hope so. So, show you where I kind of landed with my basic, my first prototype for the LED panel here. Your birthday tomorrow? Your birthday? Is that what you mean? This is where we ended up, okay? So this was actually kind of a bitch to figure out what I wanted to do, but I ended up just using gaffer's tape to seal all this in, but these ended up laying pretty flat. I did realize that the glue is kind of garbage, unfortunately. I was wondering what the LEDs were. Yeah, I'm running tests. This was the cheapest LED strip I could find, so this is actually 5 yards? Yeah, it's about 5 yards of LEDs. Doesn't seem like it, right? But if you were to, with all these together, you'd see them, it would be 5 yards. So I can kind of show you where, again, I just kind of used some tape to put this together. But, oh, the coolest part though, I did install a 1/4-20 bolt mounting plate on the back. It's really on there now. It doesn't look the prettiest, but so I can put it on a tripod if I want. I was lurking when you were doing the soldering and cursing. Yeah, shit was hot. Shit was hot. Okay, so here's the deal. You cannot find, okay, you can purchase LED panels. Absolutely. These are common things you can get, okay? But I would say 9 out of 10 times, they're going to be RGB. So here's how it works when it comes to LEDs. If you buy RGB LEDs, let's say you turn them to red, okay? All else being equal, the red LEDs from an RGB will not be as strong or powerful or vivid as pure red LEDs. Same goes for blue or green, okay? So I purchased the cheapest. It was $20 for 5 yards of these LEDs of straight red. Now, my goal, or I also did blue. This is actually blue. My goal was to create light. I want to create giant light panels, okay? Because again, if you go to try and buy things like this, you're going to find them mostly in RGB with a variety of white options. I want the most power I can get for given colors in the smallest area. So if red, pure red or pure blue is more powerful than any RGB options, it's very difficult to find red panels or blue panels, entire panels dedicated to one color. I'm guessing it makes sense because why do that when you could offer something less or offer more for the same price? But let me give you an example. I have a couple of tube lights. They're what lights behind me, and there's one over here that's red. But they're RGB, and then they have a whole spectrum of Kelvin for white as well. The drawback to them is that I believe these ones are the cheaper ones, and they're like $500 or $600. You can spend up to $1,000 on LED tube lights. It's fucking insane. So I'm trying my hand at some electrician work because I want to create solid panels of one color. I don't need all the other colors. I can get all the other colors with the numerous expensive lighting sets I have. But if I want something red, oh shit. Oh, that's starting off good. What's up? Drencheka, what's going on? Yo, guys. How are things going? Welcome, Raiders. I was just going over this LED panel I'm working on. So my next one is going to be red. This is the blue one here. I'll plug it in and show you guys what's going on. Raiders, usually I'm doing sculpting, and we're getting to that in a second. Mold making, special effects, stuff like that. But for photography purposes, I am trying to design my own LED panel. So that's what I've been working on here. Oh shit, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. German for dragon cookie. Really? Okay, okay. I love it. I love it. I got some very wonderful emotes as well. Dragon cookie, that's a good name. All right, here we go. There it is. So, as you can see, we set it up. It is pretty bright. It's kind of hard to tell, but you don't want to look right at it. You guys are, I'm sure my camera is like, oh shit, what are you doing? Invite all the threes. There we go. There are those emotes. I love it. Those are awesome. So yeah, this is the blue panel. It's very hard to see. I'd have to kill all the lights in here. So this is pretty much as close as you could line them up. Let's see if I can, you can see like, just like, wow, like it's crazy how much light's coming off of it, but not as much as I thought. And this is, what did you say this is? This is like, I don't know, maybe 10 inches from here to here. Maybe 7 inches of lights. And that's as close as I can get these types of lights, right? So, I'm gonna have to try a couple other brands, I think. These ones are a little small. I think I need to get bigger ones. And it is bright. But as you can see, thank you so much for the follow. We got the raid, and then you give me the follow. Shout out, thank you. What were you working on stream? Or what were you doing on stream? Dragon cookie. There you go. You got the love, the zombie hand love one. Yeah. I don't have any animated emotes. I got to talk to my emote guy, Turtle Forge, and have him do that soon. But yeah, so there's the LEDs, guys. We're going to make a red one. Not today. Maybe tomorrow we'll start it. We're going to make a red one, and then I'm going to go buy a new strip. Miss Lynn's public test? Wait, what? What are you talking about, legged out? Oh, you played Valheim. Nice. I have not, I've never played Valheim. I hear good things, though. Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, here we go. Let's kill this. Damn it. You can't tell in the camera, but they're not as bright as I wanted them to be, but they are, they are bright. All right, guys, here's what we're working on. Some big pictures for the newbies here. So this has been a long project, but some of you guys might recognize this is the Armsy from the video game The Forest. He's missing some of his limbs because we've already started molding them, but that's what we're sculpting right now. So now he's already been partially molded. His legs are still clay, but his arms and his torso are all plastic now. And we are going through and creating what I have started calling production molds of each of the characters. So, or characters? The hell? Of each of the limbs. So that's what we're working on now. You'll see right here. This is one of his limbs. These are all held on with magnets right now, just so I could have something to show of the whole project while we're working on it. So, yeah, I pretty much just spent the whole day today prior to stream, well, answering emails and taking care of stuff like that, but then also working on that board. to put the LEDs on. So, here we go. So again, yeah, this is one of the limbs. It's a hand. We're doing a 2-part mold of it. So this is a clay called, it's called Sculptex. Yeah. And that's what we're doing, is we're basically sculpting the wall, and we got to put keys in it. This is one of the more complicated limbs just because of the shape of his hand. But again, this is already plastic. No, I don't usually. Actually, I don't think I've ever used Chavant for making mold walls. Almost exclusively for just the sculpting itself. But this is like a cheaper oil-based clay you can use if you need to take time to make your molds, like I do, because I'm anal retentive. So, yeah. So we're picking up pretty much where we left off yesterday. Just working on this area right here. Yeah, I'll have to check out Valheim. I've never played it. I hear it's a game you can get lost in pretty easily. I need to play the new God of War. That's pretty much the thing I've been thinking about a lot lately. But my quote-unquote day job, if you will, has been keeping me pretty busy right now. So I haven't had any time to do any gaming, which is kind of bumming me out. Valheim is fun as fuck. Yeah, I've watched people play it. It looks pretty intense. Again, something that looks like you can get lost in pretty easily. I'm hyped for the Forest 2. Yeah, dude. That was the whole reason I started this project, is I wanted a cool project for stream, and I'm a big Forest fan, so I was like, oh my god, it'd be so badass to do an Armsy. This guy's gonna be 24 inches tall when all said and done. So he's gonna be on a really cool base. I got all that figured out. We just have to finish it, and then I'll probably be finishing it right when they launch it, assuming they don't push it back again. They pushed it back. It was originally supposed to be like a June release, then it was October. Now it's what, February? Right around then is when we'll probably be wrapping up the project altogether. I refused to play it for a year, and then a friend bought it for me. I tried it and fell in love. Nice. My graphics card doesn't like games, but I sure do. Nice. Yeah, I took October off because I was so busy with doing photoshopping and pictures for, like, again, the day job. But normally I spent Friday nights doing gaming on stream, but lately I haven't done any gaming on stream. It's all been just trying to get these molds underway. So, and actually this is the first time I changed our streaming category to just chatting, just to explore and see how that goes. I forgot to eat today. What's up, Sticks? Sorry I missed your stream. I was out in the studio, and by the time I came in, I was like, oh, Sticks went live. Sticks is no longer live. But I figured we'd try the just chatting thing, see how it goes. Even though I don't do a ton of chatting, you know? That's what you guys are for, right? Isn't that how that works? Pretty sure that's the point, right? Yeah, I have another project open as well, which is the, snake demon from Dusk Till Dawn makeup, but I already want to move on from that. After this wraps, I already have so many ideas of stuff I want to do. I just don't know if I will tackle such a large project again. Although I will admit this, if I started this project over again, there's a couple of things I would have done differently. I might try what was it, Mankin J or whatever, something like what he's doing, where have tried to make one mold out of the whole sculpture, but made it multiple pieces, even if it ended up being like 300 pieces. Might have been easier than doing it the way I'm doing it now. It's because Stig's got fucking bored. I gotcha. You chat more than a lot of people. I try. If I have a lot to say on a topic, I need to be preempted into a good topic. You get me on the right one, I'll probably yell and scream about it too. So we have a vacuum form machine here, and I was debating going all out for that LED setup in literally vacuum forming plastic versions of like a case for it. I thought that'd be really cool, but then I didn't have the right type of plastic, but it is something I'm considering. If I find a good way to make these, I might even sell them, honestly, because I'm pretty sure I could sell them for way less than what people pay for these like $500 to $1,000 tube lights. Wow, like the loot industry. Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm happy to hear that there's other people out there talking less than me, because I'll go straight up, you guys have seen it, I'll go straight up for 45 minutes without saying a damn word when I really get in the groove, You're gonna have a spot on the base for a nameplate? Nah, I want to just make them cheap. I want to make them as stupid cheap as possible. Not do anything, just be like, hey, for those people out there who... Here's another thing. So if you go to Home Depot, Amazon, or any of those and you type in LEDs, and this is a big thing for streamers too, because streamers like to have these like really colorful backgrounds, and the stuff you buy 9 times out of 10 is really shitty. But when you're looking on the site and you're looking on Amazon or anywhere, you don't know how well that light is going to compete with your ambient lighting. Like, for example, I obviously have a face light, right? I have a work light. And all the other LED lighting or color lighting in the room has to compete with that. So you either, you have to get really good at masking your lighting so you don't have reflection on your walls. But if you have a super powerful red, blue, green, purple, whatever color, you can combat a lot of that light bounce with those. They just don't offer these things for, as far as I'm concerned, reasonable prices. And you guys know me, I'll drop a good amount of money on like good camera equipment and shit like that. But I just don't feel $500 to $1,000 for an LED tube is like right. It's just not right, man. But it's better to just chill than just to talk. Yeah, I guess. That is true. I do enjoy my chilling, Well, I was going to say, I ordered some letter stamps. Ooh, nice. I need to test them. And I could make smaller leather things, say, like Armsy made out of leather. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Blood Wanting, you got an Nespresso? Do you actually have the Nespresso? You gotta tell me how it is. That's pretty cool that you got lettering. I'm gonna 3D. Oh, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna sculpt? So I want the logo for this guy, because he's gonna end up, this sculpture is gonna end up on a base similar to this, but it's gonna be an automated black nice plastic base with like a bunch of like grass and shit to make it look like he's from the video game The Forest, right? But I have to sculpt a nameplate for him, and that says The Forest. It's not going to say the Armsy. It's going to be about, I don't know, about this big. You guys can't really see that. And it's going to say The Forest, and it's going to look like the Forest logo. I was thinking about hand sculpting it, though. I got the Nespresso Virtuo next. What? How much was the Nespresso? Because isn't a Keurig like $75 or $100, something like that? I'll lie to you, it's better than the Keurig. Well, you guys were just talking about this. It was 200. Is a Keurig $200? I don't think it is. I mean, maybe it is. I feel like Keurigs are cheaper than that now. Keurig was a 120. Oh, really? They're still that expensive? Wow, okay. That's kind of crazy to me. Because let's be real, even the little pods for it aren't that cheap. If again, memory serves me, it's been... Got rid of my Keurig, honestly, when we moved out to Vegas, so got rid of it almost a little over a year ago. I'm not doing anything fun with my with Black Friday either. I didn't go do any Black Friday sales or anything like that. I've been pretty much living on our live chat for the website, just making sure people get their questions answered. So you can probably find the things like the Nespresso and the Keurig for pretty cheap right now, I'd imagine, for holiday sales and whatnot. We also got 60 pods as well, and we only paid for 10 of them because of in-store deal. Yeah. We tried having a Keurig here at the studio, but it just got, like, actually for like the staff and shit, but it was so fucking expensive. And we would keep forgetting to buy more pods too, so we'd just run out all the time. And people just would end up making normal coffee in the coffee pot, and it's like, well, fuck it. Okay, never mind. We don't need the Keurig. Oh, also, anyone new, you guys go join the Discord if you're artists or you want to look at cool art. We are slow growing in the Discord, but always welcome new people. And I usually hang out in Discord during stream too. So if you want to hang out and chat, I'm generally in the chat room. You just have to meander your way into the waiting room and I can pull you in. We'll say the coffee from the Nespresso is amazing. It's delicious. Well, isn't it espresso? It's not coffee. It's not like coffee. It's espresso, right? Is that not how that works? Yeah, also, if you have artwork you want to share, you're welcome to post it there as well. And all my past streams are on YouTube as well, too, so you can go look at the different stages of the creating of this beast. So, again, I'm trying to build, I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, I'm trying to build out the YouTube channel because someday I would like to exclusively work on YouTube as opposed to Twitch. It's just the discoverability for live streamers on YouTube just isn't where it needs to be yet. Someday, though. Someday. Socials, thank you, lagged out. It makes both coffee and espresso. Well, then that's worth the 200 if it does both. No fucking YouTube. I like using my emote. You can get, I don't have them on there yet, but you can absolutely set up emotes on YouTube as well. I know you don't want it, camcorder, but I don't know quite when, but I will go over to YouTube permanently. It may be a long time before it happens, but I will absolutely do it. YouTube would allow me to work on a lot more quote-unquote risque projects too, so you guys should want it too. Not just yours. Well, I don't know what to say. Start, getting other people's emotes too. They are classic. I'm not denying that. I just, I want to be able to work on a wider range of things without like fear that my shit's gonna get shut down because some Twitch person doesn't like it. So, oh, nice, thank you, sir. There's nothing really on Etsy right now. I have one product on Etsy. But I am not doing YouTube. Do what you gotta do, man. You'll get me all until I move to YouTube permanently. Like I said, it'll be a while. YouTube is the future, man. Twitch is, I'm telling you, I'm calling it now. Emotes are love, emotes are life. I mean, I guess. Friend's card holder arrived. He loved it so much he's commissioning 3 more for his brother-in-law, dad, and uncle. Dude, that's fucking awesome. Congrats, Legged Out. Remember, yeah, it's more like about, apparently it's more about word of mouth, right? Is he getting them to be made differently or same design, same leather and everything? Same materials and design. One needs to be an inch longer, but that's easy to adjust for. Okay, fucking A, cool. Well, it sounds like, you know, slowly but sure you're on your way, Legged Out. And then you're going to start streaming it too, right? That's what's going to happen. Then we can do like co-streams and shit. Oh, hey, Legged Out, what'd you think of the, what is it called? Like the cabinet of curiosities or whatever? Did you end up making it through any of those episodes? And maybe upgrade your GPU. Okay, there you go. I meant to keep watching that show last night, but got distracted. My wife was rewatching Stranger Things, which I'm a big fan of, so that's what we ended up watching. I didn't get to start yet. I'm gonna try it tomorrow after Fiance says, oh, okay, yeah, good idea. You said they leave tomorrow. Get your house back to yourself. Tomorrow morning, gotcha. Yeah, I started. I missed yesterday. I forgot to record yesterday's stream, guys. But we're recording today, and we've had some really good success with being able to. I just offload it to a hard drive, take it to my Mac, upload it to YouTube. Works really well. trying a a new playlist for Monster Cat today. We'll see how how well it does. Supposedly this is progressive house and trance. I'll take its word for it. Get a mount so I can bolt into the wall for my monolight. Dude, do the thing I did. Just build your own mount. I just used a bunch of quarter 20 nuts and glued them into a piece of wood. Quarter 20 is like standard tripod shit, so. Hell, you might even be able to do a search like quarter 20 wall mount or something. Amazon is listening. I went there and there was Ren on the front page. Nice. It's nice when Amazon actually listens and it benefits you. My Amazon is so messed up because I use my Amazon to look up things for work. I use my Amazon to look up for things for home. So it's just always, it's always confused. It doesn't know what to show me. My Etsy is missed. Yeah, you had mentioned that yesterday. I can imagine now it is pretty, your Etsy is pretty confused probably now, I would guess. Yeah, I cannot wait to start casting up these arms. I technically can start pouring up the molds for the other arms that we completed, but I just want to get a chance to maybe get half of them done. So there's 8 limbs, so I need 4 molds done before I can start. No algorithms know what to show me. I'm just too random. I take great pride in that. That's nice. That's good. You can never tell. They can't help you. It also sucks, though, because then you never know. You might be missing out on something that the algorithm would be able to hook you up on, you know? Armsy butt, guys. Embrace it. Embrace the armsy butt. between my boys and my art supplies. No, I get that. I get that. Every time I find a new hobby, it's always like, oh, now I gotta buy new shit. Like, for example, a soldering iron and solder and flux and all that shit I did for the LEDs. Actually, I think the LED strip itself that I bought was, honestly, was cheaper than the soldering gun I bought. Like I said, we'll probably get to the red lights tomorrow. I've already done some pre-cuts for the wires, and now that I got my thing down when it comes to soldering, it should go much faster. The one thing I haven't purchased is a good set of wire snips. I need to pick up a decent set of wire, like, not wire snips. What's the word I'm looking for? Are they called wire snips? The thing that takes the like coating off the wire. Photography, yeah. Well, dude, photography for sure. Actually, it seems like every hobby has like a standard entrance fee for sure, but photography is fucking expensive. And even looking at those presses you posted on fucking Discord, I can see that it would be a very expensive process too. But one is now making money. That's a good point. It's good when you can start profiting from your stuff for sure. Other crafts. Did you just post something? You literally just posted something, didn't you? Oh, you posted it earlier. Oh, he sent you a picture with his stuff in it. That's really cool. Wait, what am I waiting for? You're keeping me in suspense. Legged out. I don't like being kept in suspense. Check general. I will check general right now, dude. Yes, something like that. But you don't? Yeah, I'm so I have a set of these or something akin to this. I want the ones that like automatically know what size wire you're putting in. I have something like this. I'm looking for ones that you can just like shove in and go ka-chunk and it takes it out. Like automatic kind of. But hey, you should hold on to those. You never know when you're going to need them. I need to find, grab this to tilt this. I'd send them to you. Yeah, no, man, hold on to them. You never know. Maybe you'll get into LEDs one of these days, right? Trying to, God damn it, we're gonna have to do this. Get this thing right up on me like usual. Always bums me out. Like, we're getting real close here, camera. I have enough hobbies. Yeah, that's what I said too. And then, you know, not being able to find what I want for a decent price made me have another hobby. The thing I'm afraid of is that I will have to go with the. I found one company that sold supposedly some really high quality LEDs, but they were charging $100 for a 5-yard set. But it might be exactly what I need, so we'll see. I want to keep fucking around with the cheaper ones until I really understand the best products to use. Like, so for example, the best wires, the best connectors, things like that. And like I said, get maybe my soldering game down a little bit more. Then I'll drop $100 on a 5-yard section of LEDs. Until then, I'll have to hold off. Plus, you know, another reason I was looking into this is because LEDs are apparently really popular in sculptures. People use them a ton for making their models. I don't think I'll end up using any LEDs for the Armsy sculpture, but who knows? Maybe a future product I'll want to add some kind of cool electrical light effect. And having some of that base knowledge off the bat would be pretty helpful, so. Careful with soldering fumes. Yeah, that's what I hear. When we were doing it the other day on stream, I had a little fan going to blow it out. I had heard that it's not great to inhale soldering fumes. I also have mixed emotions about when I hear warnings like that, because I'm also that type of guy that, you know, doesn't wear a respirator when he's painting with silicone and stuff. So probably should, but I don't. I'm a rebel and an idiot. What up, SciShell? Long time no see. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing great. You were probably still hanging around when we started this project. That's how long we've been doing this fucking thing. How you been doing? I hope you're staying healthy. Finished building your new computer a few weeks ago. Nice. Congrats. You loving it? I bet you're loving it. Oh. Did I? Hold on, guys. Looking for... Yeah, this'll work. What's the specs of your new fancy machine? I just had to update my computer. Was it last week we had that overheating problem, guys? Had to get a new cooling pump or whatever it is in it, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna update. I don't know if I'm gonna update my computer soon, but next year I'm either gonna update it or I'm going to build another one and connect them somehow. Not sure how that's happening yet. 3080, 32 gig. Nice. think I'm running the 3060, I want to say. Something like that. It's been a while. Molding. This is the limbs of the Armsy. Here, I can show you. We finished making the plastic versions of all of them and throwaway molds, but I gotta mold each limb separately now for production. Yeah, for the Armsy. He's done now. Yeah, dude, still. Like I said, we did the throwaway molds already. Now, because I decided to make it more of like a make your own model kind of thing. So all the limbs are going to have separate molds, you know? That was the goal. So that's what we're doing. So I actually could end up theoretically selling it as like a paint your own, like an assemble your own model. Maybe I shouldn't have done it that way, but that's where we're at now. So that's what we're going to do. I don't know. I got to be careful, you know, because technically, I mean, I did change it quite a bit. It doesn't like I changed enough of it where I could probably do it, but I also don't want to get yelled at from the company, you know, or get a cease and desist. So maybe on special occasions, I'll sell one or two, you know, maybe. But when this is all done with the base I'm going to do and all the diorama aspect with like the weeds and trees and shit, you should talk to them a little. I thought about making one and sending it to End Night, but I have mixed emotions about these guys. I reached out to them about something else with a problem I was having with the video game a while back, and they totally did not respond at all. And so I'm like, that's some shitty customer service. So I have mixed emotions about the actual company right now. Ignore me, you don't get an Armsy. That's the rules. I don't know. We'll see. I have the one I have to make, which so is going to a guy who inspired me to kind of stream. He doesn't even know yet that we're making it. I actually will have to probably start reaching out to him at the beginning of the year to see if there will be a way I can send it to him without him knowing what it is. But that sounds creepy as far as streamers go. Like I would be very concerned about that if someone was like, "Hey, I want to send you a package, but you can't know what it is," you know. They can't just say nothing. Hey, who knows? We'll see. Maybe I'll post it on like Twitter or something and at them and be like, "Hey, motherfuckers," not say that, of course, but hey, what do you think? You know, see what they say. Be like, hey, maybe you should release, when you release the Forest 2, you should release a, what's it called? A collector's edition of the Forest, and this can, you know, this can be one of the things they can get if they want to spend like $2,000 on a video game. I mean, I wouldn't probably sell it for $2,000, but I would probably sell it for at least $1,000. All the fucking work we put into this thing, all the work I gotta put into the base, especially if it's being sold with the base. But because I'm doing it this way, technically, I could cast all the parts separately and then sell them, like I said, as build your own model and let them just, like someone else, they can buy it, build their own base, build their own model kit, you know? Again, I don't know if models are still a big thing. I'm guessing they are. People are probably still really into models, I'd imagine. Sasha, what made you decide to what made you decide to rebuild your PC? So that's my problem, is that it's gonna be a big box, guys. I don't know the deal on PO boxes. Like, it's gonna be a crate. It's not gonna be a box. The guy I want to send it to, I don't want it to be something he has to put together. I really want him to be able to like open it and have it like fully done. Yeah, motherfucker sounds great actually. Yeah, right. You ignored me last time, remember, bitch? Yeah, right? That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. They are kind of active on their Twitter, so I'm sure if I post something, I'll probably get some kind of reaction from them. The thing is, as far as I know, you can't go buy like any collectibles from the forest. They might do something with the new one, maybe, but at least from the original game, there aren't forest action figures or models or figurines or anything. As far as I'm concerned, they're missing out in that respect. But yeah, I gotta find out if P.O. boxes will receive crates. I think I estimated the crate will have to be something like, it'll basically have to be like 2 feet by 2 feet at least. It will be a physical wooden crate. So that is something I'll have to take into consideration. But when we wrap this up, if it is in fact around that time, you guys can pretty much guarantee there will probably be a month solid of doing some forest streams. Another thing I think I've noticed about streamers with their P.O. boxes is they don't always check them. And so even if I know this thing will not fit in a standard P.O. box, that is for sure the situation. And I don't want it like sitting in some closet or something like that, potentially getting damaged, because it will be, you know, some level of fragile. So love building computers. Last time I moved, I gave my computer to your dad. Get a time in there, and after 3 months, boom, full PC. Nice. Yeah, I've learned a lot about Black Phillip helped me build my computer, and I learned a lot about I mean, really, he built almost all of it, frankly. I was just kind of there watching. But it's definitely something I can see you can get yourself lost into. It is, from someone who wasn't even really familiar with. The only thing that I get a little nervous about is the whole like we had to go into the BIOS a couple of times to like reset the RAM settings because it doesn't come set the way it's supposed to or something. And there was a few other things we changed, like, you know, fan curve and a few other things. And that shit made me really nervous. I felt like we were in the guts of we were literally doing brain surgery on the computer. That shit made me nervous. I still don't fully understand my like way around the PC. I'm learning more and more because I've been Mac my whole life, and I still do all my work day to day on a Mac. I really just use the PC for streaming, but I've definitely seen the addictive qualities of wanting to like keep changing pieces out and, you know, fucking with this or that. Yeah, I think the thing I'll probably do, because what I really want to do is I don't need it, but what I really want is just so many, the drivers, fucking A. Drivers are the most annoying part, man. Because here's the other thing, I don't get any notifications, and if I do, I don't know where I'm supposed to be getting them. I never get fucking notifications for the drivers that are supposed to be updated, and then when I finally check, it's like, oh, motherfucker, you have 20 drivers that need to be updated. I'm like, well, gee, thanks. That's fucking awesome. The Mobo book? I don't know what a Mobo is. XMP and BIOS, and then it can run the good speed. But besides that, nothing hard. Motherboard. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I think it's... What's the motherboard I have? It's like the Tomahawk 550 or something like that. And then I think I have the... Is it called like the art? I have the 3060 Ryzen 7 3080. I think is what's inside of it. I think that's pretty much the guts. And a Western Digital hard drive, SSD. Oh, MSI, yeah. Called AMD Overdrive. Oh, okay. Yeah, everything, I think everything in there for the most part's AMD. Well, it was until we redid the cooler. Black Phillip hooked me up because I was kind of in a time crunch. He hooked me up with a cooler he had around that still worked fine. He just, he said he didn't like the way it looked, I think, in his PC. But it's funny because I don't know. We were my computer was getting up to 96 degrees Celsius at idle. Apparently, yeah, my cooler had completely died. On both AMD and Intel, both can be good quality. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm still understanding all that. The thing I'm looking for. Fuck, what is it called? I need more PCI, PSCI, PCIS. I want more PCIS or whatever the fucking term is, ports on the motherboard. The one I have, Black Phillip was telling me that they usually only come standard with 2. I want more. I want more of them. I want like 4. So I can install more graphics or like HD capture cards basically. My first PC 3 years ago, MSI B450 Tomahawk, yeah. Mobo and Asus 1630 GPU, Ryzen 7 CPU, nice. And 16 gigs G-Skill RAM fits my needs, but I want to upgrade. Is that the one you're still running on, Lagged Out? Yeah, I probably won't be rebuilding mine or doing any modifications, unless I have to, of course, until next year. But like I said, I'm still just debating on finding a way. Black Phillip and I kind of talked about this a little bit. Finding a way to build another PC so I could have 2 PCs together. I guess this isn't that uncommon when it comes to streamers. Sometimes they'll kind of have their stream PC and then their game PC. And while I don't do a ton of gaming, it does use a lot of power to run so many cameras. So I need to open that up, make that more able to run. This is a problem I ran into when I got the newest Sony cam. Apparently the computer was like, oh shit, you got a lot going on, sir. Yeah, it's your current build. There you go. Or had two computers. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. The reason behind the idea of two computers was the idea that if I wanted to build a new computer that could handle all this, it still wouldn't have the, again, I can't remember the name. Feel free to correct me, guys. The PCI or PCSI slots. This is apparently, like I said, super standard. There's like 2 slots. Your GPU goes into one, and usually there's a blank one that I think you can use. I think you put hard drives like SSDs in them, but I put a Camlink Pro in it, which gives me 4 HDMI inputs, right? But what if I want 8? What if I want more? But 2 computers is more an ass to work with. Maybe. I'm gonna my camera to be able to shoot 12-bit raw 4K footage. I'm gonna need a better PC. That's very true. Yeah, PCIe. Okay. What is it called? A peripheral component interconnect express. No shit. Man, the more you know. I didn't know that's what it stood for, but it tracks. Yeah, the Camlink Pro plugs into that, so I have no slots available for it. And as it was, I had to disconnect something originally planned to be a part of the computer. I was going to have 2 SSDs, I think, inside of it. And we had to take one out to get the Camlink to work. Or I'm sorry. Is it called the Camlink Pro, I think? Elgato Camlink, or something like that. It's the one you put into your fucking computer. Everyone behave. I think we got this. We got this lagged out while you're gone. But is it SSD or M.2 drive? Ooh, M.2 sounds really familiar. I don't remember. I feel like it was SSD. I could be wrong. This is what I'm saying. I barely know. I barely know what I got right now. Why does M.2 sound familiar to me? Wait, is it an M.2 not an SSD? See, my ignorance is showing. I'm a Mac dude. I'm Mac user all the way. PC, I have 3 Macs that I personally own and work off of, but my PC is my stream machine because Macs kind of suck for streaming for a variety of reasons. Wait, why does M2 sound so fucking familiar? Anyhow, what's going on, Grizzly? Hope things are well. Kind of, but more speed and doesn't run on a SATA cable. I'd have to look at the literal box. I know it's a Western Digital Mac porn. I run a Mac Studio 20 Core 64 M1 Ultra 64 gig 8 terabyte. Actually, I have a brand new M1 laptop that I work on for work. It's the top of the line one. I've got all the bells and whistles, so however much is on there. I love me Macs, man, but I'm sorry, they just really suck at streaming. Well, they suck at streaming the way I stream. I'd imagine they'd be fine for someone who was doing maybe like more of a specifically a talk based stream where you got like one cam, you know. Um, you'll get what it is, yeah. Take a look on M2 Drive. You will get what it is. Wait, what do you mean take a look on M2 Drive? I don't know what you mean. Again, what do you mean on? Am I supposed to be like looking something up on my computer? Because you know me, man, I'm just telling you, I'll break something. I'll fucking break something. I know it. But yeah, Mac's not friendly to streaming. My first stream was on a Mac. I think I did some game streams off my Mac using a using my PlayStation and a capture card. I did some streams because my PC was down for a bit back in the day. This was like, I want to say June or July, maybe. I could be wrong. Oh, Google. Sorry. Frenchie side of it. Let's see here. I will Google it. Let's see what we got. What do you want me to look up? Take a look on M2, M.2. Yep, that's it. Yes, I think that. Yeah, I have literally the Western Digital one. The first one that came up. Yes, I have that. But it's bigger, I think. This is only... Oh, no, it is... Maybe it is that one. Yeah, when I searched it, the Western Digital one, M2, is the one that literally came up. But that uses the PCI slot. Yeah, it does. Wait. That's what we had to take out to put in... That's what we had to take out to put in the card. I had 2 hard drives in there. We switched it, so that is no longer in the PCI slot. It's in a different slot. Yeah, I understand. Okay, good, because I'm starting to get confused. I'm like searching back months ago to what we were working on and all the problems we ran into. To use a normal SSD. Right. Work with the SATA. That's right. Okay, I'm with you now. Okay. Do I lose anything going with that, though? There was a reason we ended up using the, or wanting to use the Western Digital, and I don't remember what it was. Speed. The SAT's still better than old HDD. Right, that's true. My whole thing when I built this was like, listen, I just need to do my stream. That's all I need to do. And I don't know many other creators that have as many of like high definition camera setups as I have. So I don't know that we could have anticipated the need for a lot more dedicated power, basically. But hey, pretty much on my own, I did my own BIOS update the other week. That was pretty exciting. It was terrifying, but I did it. Made little to no sense, but I did it with the flash drive and all that. Or what's it called? Flash the BIOS, I guess, which is their fancy way of saying update. I don't know. I felt real proud of myself when I did that. Okay, that was a monumental experience for me. and you have 200 viewer. Maybe someday, man. Someday. You know, it's it'll happen. I hope by that point, dude, it's more like honestly, I hope it's on YouTube. I just want to be able to work on other shit that that I know Twitch won't let me, but I feel like YouTube would. That's why I'm trying to get as many people to go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go do it. If you haven't done it, go do it. My other problem, I think, is I'm just not streaming enough. I only get to really do like 3-hour sessions here and there, you know? No, I think you have. I think you have. You deserve it, man. Yeah. I appreciate the words, Shell. I really do. I stay positive, you know? It didn't help, like I said, I had to take like a month off in October. That kind of sucked. October probably could have been really good just because of this bitch. Yeah, I actually think there is. But if it's the person I think it is, they're like stupid. I don't remember what it was. I think I looked it up. I forget what my name on it is Creatively Cursed, but I can't remember what it is. If it's like, it might be, yeah, it is Creatively_Cursed. Yeah. I want to say the other person on YouTube, I actually think they bitched at me once, and I was like, suck a dick, I don't care, tough shit. And at the time, the person I'm thinking of, they hadn't had a ton of videos. I've actually gotten, on my edited videos, which are so time consuming to make, actually, for my shit, I'm pretty happy. I think one of my videos has like 10,000 views. I just don't get a chance to edit my videos very often. It takes so much fucking goddamn time to do it. I'm pretty sure if I just wanted to make a life cast videos all day long, I could probably get a lot of views, because those are the ones that I have the most views on. But you have more, and they are Creatively Cursed. Yeah. But you have more followers. Yeah, because they don't. If it's the one I'm thinking of, they don't have a ton of content. Matter of fact, I feel like they only had a few videos. This is again why I went and even set up my Etsy page, and I set up a Patreon, even though there's nothing really on either, was just so that I could try my best to capture the name. But I think Patreon's the only one I actually got the actual name, other than Twitch, of course. And actually, even Twitch I feel is Creatively_Cursed. I think on Etsy I had to do like Creatively Cursed Corp or something like that. You might be 700 of the views. Yeah. I've gotten, actually, doing the YouTube Shorts, I got quite a few views or followers from that. Again, I just got to keep posting on there. If I can start curating content a little bit more, get a chance to actually go back to editing and turning my streams into YouTube videos, I think things could go really well. But every one of those videos I did where I like edit together streams and do like, what's it called, time lapse, they take hours to do. Because I'll like go through and I literally edit out areas that like for example, if I was doing an edit of this thing right here, I'd literally edit out every time the tool leaves the screen, so that it was like constantly the tool was just in the screen doing something. It takes for fucking ever. Yeah, I'm on TikTok. I did really well on TikTok actually with a couple of things. Just lately, I haven't. So here's the thing: what I've decided, what I think I understand about artists on these platforms, you need to be producing new art. I know this to be true. Even here is like how long it's been taking on this Armsy project. People like the best artist streamers I've seen are always when you jump on, they're always working on new projects. My projects take so fucking long that it just doesn't. It's not something where every time you come back you get to see a new sculpture or a new project. Which is why I think that a lot of people love working on what's it called? Polymer clay sculptures, because they can just bust those out and move on to the next one. Where because I'm doing mold making, there's a whole huge fucking process that goes into it, you know? Yeah, CNOT, yeah, exactly. You can just, every time you come on, matter of fact, I'm pretty sure CNOT has, every time I've ever visited his stream, he's always working on something new. How long has this project been going on? I started watching in March. Was I working on it in March? Was I working on this in March? Did I start it in March? I might have. You might be right. I don't remember. 15 years. Yeah. I might have started it right around then, honestly, Grizzly. I don't remember. But I have worked on other, because I was stupid and they pushed back the release of the game, I decided to take a break from working on this, and I started working on some other projects. Like like I had streams where I was doing like I was painting the chest burster. I had streams where I was working on, I started that whole other project with the snake lady appliance and all that. It feels like 15 years, Shell. It really does. So it's like for every person that's like wants to see it finished, I promise no one wants to see this project finished more than me. There's not a soul that wants to see it done more than I do. I am so over it. And it's really shitty when you get to that point in a project where you're over it. It's really, not trying to bitch here, you know, but like it's hard to keep going when you yourself are like, God, I just want this to be done, you know? He might be. I don't know. I don't know a lot about his project methods, but CNOT also sculpts. He streams at like, he starts streaming at like what, 7 a.m. and he sculpts all day long. So you know, which hey, that's awesome. I don't even know if I could move as quick as he does. But when you have the chance to stream and work on those projects, I only get to work on these while I'm streaming. And like I said, lately, it's really only been, you know, 3-hour stretches here and there. And I like being able to recreate my stuff, you know? So the mold making thing is always going to slow me down because I'll probably never really sculpt in polymer clay, which again, you can just bake and paint and you're done. There's one, you know? If I'm going to spend the time to create something, I want to be able to reproduce it, you know? I have had some really great luck and success in life by creating one thing and then it taking off like wildfire, and you have to produce many of them and selling them for hundreds of dollars, you know? That's what you need to do. I don't know that streaming itself will be something that ever goes super big for me, but it might allow me to, you know, meet cool people and people that are interested in the products that I create, and maybe they'll buy them, you know? That's where I see probably the most beneficial thing. I wouldn't be surprised if that's true with CNOT too. Like you're saying, if he's doing majority commission work, I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of his like financial, like his income, I could be wrong, I'm just guessing, but would actually be from the work he's producing more than the actual streaming process itself, you know? We all have things to do, right? Yeah, that's very true. You know, there's more money in producing product for people that want it, probably, than there is in the actual uh, Twitch streaming thing itself. Both is, you know, the best idea for sure. Getting a good following, and then of course also selling your product. But internet, you know, internet really changed the game for artists. So a variety of ways to do it now. But yeah, so that was a big random rant on, you know, that day that you come in and you say, I'll have 200 viewers, man. Someday. I keep my chin up. Actually, I think the biggest, you know, when I think about one of the biggest things I was thinking about when I first started thinking about streaming was the idea that some of my favorite times, like hanging out and like memories I look fondly on, are when I was in college, um, and I would hang out with all my fellow like roommates and artists that I was in school with. We'd be having drinks and just hang out in our living room or studio sculpting, just working on art with a group of, say, anywhere from 2 to 4 or 5 people. And, you know, you're just hanging out with cool people, having good conversations about the most random bullshit while you're working on stuff. And I loved that. And I think that honestly is my biggest inspiration to start streaming. It's like, man, I can work on the shit I want to work on and hang out with people, you know, fellow artists or people just really into art or what I'm working on, and get their ideas and talk to them like that. To me, is probably the most attractive thing about streaming and doing art. Well, doing art on stream, I guess. Yeah, you're right. There's so much stuff you can buy on Etsy. Yeah, that is true. Made by an artist. Yesterday we were looking up, lagged out, was looking up, what was it? Etsy's total revenue. And I think it came out to be like, their total revenue was like $2.3 billion. I think he either said last year or the year before. And then their net was only 453 million, which means all that other money that, what is that, like almost a $1.5 billion was what was given out to all the other people, all the other artists and commissions and shit. It's pretty crazy. In a year, you know, that's impressive. I mean, it's really good too. It means that Etsy's model is really working. You know, and I'm almost ashamed to say I've never purchased anything off of Etsy. I've sold stuff on Etsy before. I had an Etsy with a friend at the time where we sold like cool Halloween masks. I sold a silicone mask, a Joker silicone mask. It was handmade. Um, and yeah, I've had success on Etsy. It's a great idea. I just pretty much ignored it for many, many years. They still make a lot of money. Yeah, it's a it's good retribution. Yeah, they do make a ton of money. Don't get me wrong. They got plenty of fees and or not fines, but fees and stuff that they charge people for sure. But giving someone a platform that doesn't have an ability or the know-how to build their own site, it's pretty much a win on both sides, honestly. Maybe I'll feel differently if I end up actually working on there, and I'm just going to be like angry at Etsy all the time. I know Turtle Forged, he's had some less than amazing things to say about Etsy, but again, you work on there regularly, you're going to deal with it. I'm sure if I built my own site, I'd end up having gripes about dealing with whether it's web hosting or whatever too. So yeah, this looks like it's going to be a slight undercut, but shouldn't matter too much in the long run. We're going to have that silicone jacket on here, so the silicone will budge and move around. As long as we make sure not to break any of the fingers off, we'll be okay. Which I guess is up here, but we'll make it work. What do you hate for? What do you hate for what? Super? Supper? What do I hate for supper? What's the question? I'm confused. I think there might be some Canadian to American breakdown communication right now. Just throwing that out there. Oh wait, didn't it? Oh fuck, that's my Frenchies again. Wait, dinner tonight. I don't know what I'm having for dinner. You know what? I'm probably gonna have ham. I have leftover ham from our Thanksgiving that we had. I bought this bought this adorable little ham for my wife and I that I made. Didn't make it, you know, pretty much just kind of just throw it in the oven. It was pretty good. Probably gonna be eating that, honestly. What about you? What do you got? What do you got cooking? Literally. Anything fun? Anything delicious? Just eating fries with mayo while watching streams loud. Nothing fun, but delicious, I guess. Hell yeah, fucking A, man. Enjoy your fries with mayo. When I was younger, I was really into that. Used to do the mayo thing all the time. I don't really mess around with mayo anymore. I've learned to really enjoy different types. I know it sounds weird, but like I think mustard is probably some like honey mustards and spicy mustards, stuff like that are probably my favorite condiment recently. I feel like it's, you know, a way to kind of like abuse my mouth. Kind of like people who are really into spicy stuff. Mixed with me. Oh, there you go. Hell yeah. Well, I mean, there are some that are kind of like that. There are some more creamy, you know, kind of mustards. Yeah, my body doesn't like mayo anymore. I don't know if this is still the case because I stopped really eating mayonnaise quite a while ago, but I was really into it. It would, I'd break out. I just have a really bad, I'd break out, my face would break out, but it's been years. Maybe now that I'm older, it'd be less of an issue, but at the time it was a fairly big problem. So I'm way too into it. Yeah, Milo is a mod in my chat. We were hanging out yesterday. She has been really busy with her properties, so she has not. That was the first time we had talked in maybe a week, maybe a little bit less. But she shared some pictures of the renovation she's been working on, and it looks really, really cool, honestly. Oh shit! She's right there! There you go, bam. That's what you get. I don't know. It apparently was lurking this whole time. That's hilarious. Oh yeah. That's true. It was a while ago. I feel like that was a couple months ago. Yep. It threw me for a loop when she changed her name too. I gotta bug Forge and see if he's planning on returning to the streaming thing now that you guys have entered your snow season. I haven't talked to him in a while. I think I touched base with him briefly in the summer just to say hey, but we haven't talked in a while.
We're on express elevator to hell, going down.
Yeah, he had told me his plan was to do the art stuff during the winter, but maybe he got a job, like a wintertime job, because he was doing, I think, like house remodeling on like antique homes. Actually, I should bug Harding about it too. I don't know if they're still roommates or what, but, or I guess like housemates. I feel like streaming is one of those things where when you stop, it can be kind of hard to get back into. I don't know if that's true. That's why I was so bummed to take that whole month of October off. I was like, oh man, what happens if I can't get back into the vibe, into the swing of things, you know? Time to cut leather. Woo woo. Nice. And then yeah, what is it? Right when I got back actually from that month off, I was like, oh shit, I guess my computer's overheating now. What the shit? It was literally just a month off of streaming, turned my computer on, all of a sudden problems. What the hell? This is why, you guys, if you're watching and you haven't joined the Discord, you should, because that's where I put a lot of my updates. So if I ever have to take another month off, that's where things are going to be. He applied to work for Montreal City, the last news. Oh, really? Yeah, you had been talking to him recently. You guys were like supposed to meet up or something, but then it didn't work out, right, Milo? Yeah, I know one of the biggest reasons he had started doing the sculpting thing was because he was out of work because he had injured himself or something, so... It doesn't actually have to be a hard edge. I don't know why I keep making my life more difficult. Oh, it didn't work. Well, I guess if you guys pass the message to Milo, because she's actually here, Milo, tell Forge. Yeah. Yeah, I meant to. I've been meaning to message him on Discord. Like again, I don't know if he even checks his Discord anymore, but I can always bug Harding too. Is that how you talk to him, or you talk to him on the phone, Milo? It was good to talk to y'all. Time for a little gaming, since I'm out of fries. Well, Sideshow, thanks so much for hanging out, dude. I really appreciate it. Long time no chat, but you're welcome to hang out anytime. Really appreciated catching up. Malurk, thank you so much for the lurk. Harding had meet Mrs. Harding. Yeah, I talked to. Yeah, no, he stopped by in Discord a while back, like a month ago or something like that. I talked to him. He's got a lady now, from my understanding. Which of course is awesome. I know he's all wrapped up with school now too, I believe. So I think he's probably on the job hunt as well. What do I want to do? Oh, I know what I want to do. We're going to cut that off a little bit. I can find the razor blade. We don't need it to be coming out all the way to the edge here, so... Yeah, he keeps up on Discord, I'm pretty sure. Harding does. Milo, how's your weekend going? This can literally just act as a nice little key to make the mold stay together too. Easy peasy, finishing this darn commission. Oh, really? Okay, cool. You said you hadn't had a lot of time to work on the commission, so that's neat. Easy. I hope to be able to finish it until the end of the week. After I need to fire it. Gotcha. We'll fire it at the same time. Nice. Awesome. So when I get all the tools, leather keeps climbing like... Wait, if leather keeps climbing like it does, make a design, get enough leather for a test piece, and I could ship it to you for y'all to check out, see if there's any suggestions or anything. I mean, yeah, why don't you just start with like let's start with like the design first, like some sketches, or you can create a prototype or something, you know, but we should maybe set some time to talk like offline, off stream about it, like out. Start a combo going with like kind of because I don't want you to buy all the stuff and work on it until like we kind of come up with like how we want it to look. You know what I mean? Like a general idea. I don't want you to have to buy all the shit and whatnot. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like we can definitely start with like things like drawings. And then that way, when we go, like when you go to make it, we've hopefully figured out all the actual, like the design aspects of it, you know? That makes sense. Yeah. I'll try to remember to start a convo about it in Discord. And then we can even, like, once some drawings have been done, assuming you're good for it, we could even jump on like a Discord chat if you wanted to kind of go over it. The problem is too, is like, I don't use these things. So like, quite frankly, like we'll probably have to send one out. Like once we come up with a design, send one out to someone who uses it regularly and get some feedback. I understand the premise, you know what I mean? I just don't know the fucking, like the actual working on it, like the functionality. Get some input from users, you know? Especially someone, you know, like even Milo maybe, you know, someone who has experience with other things, other brands, and what the downfalls of those other brands are. I think just having one handmade that's like super good quality is going to be a step in the right direction no matter what. But also, if we're not users and we're trying to design it, we'll probably miss some vital points. When I think that one of the biggest things I'd be concerned about is like, what do you base it on, right? Because you have to base it on basic, quote unquote, human, like the average human anatomy, as far as like, it'll be adjustable, sure, but you still have to base it on some kind of level of like average body size, whether it's height or leg size, waist size, you know, the whole 9 yards. I think that's the part that worries me the most, is to spend a bunch of time designing something, but it will only really work for, say, a small portion of clients. I know exactly what not to do. See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we have a couple of what we call affiliates too that use this type of thing. So it wouldn't be a stretch to basically kind of prototype one out, send it to someone like that, and get their feedback too. Maybe some of the feedback, you know, obviously won't be able to be used for whatever reason, but at least we'll know the potential problems going into it. You know, another thing I could do is probably just like look around online at the bad reviews of other products similar, you know, and see what people are bitching and complaining about. That's probably a really fast way to kind of see what people don't like about all the shittier versions of them. You know, just visiting the 1-star reviews and whatnot. Might even know someone locally that has that uses them regularly. So now that I'm pondering in my mind, Guess that doesn't make a lot of sense. Where else would one ponder? Yeah, well, I think that, yeah, that's a big part of it. And also how sturdy it is, you know? Which is going to be weird too, because technically the sturdiness is going to depend on the product that they attach to it, right? So like, for example, like Milo, you know, like if they attach a Bruce to it versus one of the other items, you know, the bigger the item, the heavier it is, the different way it will fit, or the different way it will handle it. I could probably make the straps removable to either include longer ones, or y'all can offer it as an ooh, that's a good point. So it could fit different sizes. Size rings for different products, and they can make it so it can be tightened or loosened. Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I like that idea. Seems like a good idea, mate. I think, yeah, looking around on maybe those Etsy pages you guys found too, like, and kind of seeing, I wonder, because generally this type of thing is a one size fits all. At least that's the way most manufacturing companies look at it. It's easier for, you know, honestly, it's probably way easier for producing them if you look at it that way. Okay, but to be completely blunt, the other thing is this is like the anatomy of, say if a woman is going to wear it, frankly, where their vagina is in comparison to the rest of their anatomy does matter. I know it sounds like a weird thing to say, but like they're all generally in the same spot, but everyone's a little bit unique, you know? Don't need nothing flopping around. Exactly. That's probably why the padding thing that Milo was talking about is probably a hard thing to nail down. It's just because the padding is going to probably need to be variable to some extent. Where you get that padding is probably very important. What an odd conversation some people must be walking into if they've just joined the stream. But I can absolutely imagine not wanting something to be super uncomfortable. You know, rubbing where it's not supposed to be rubbing. It could hurt, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if some of those really expensive harnesses you guys found on Etsy the other day, ultimately, when you talk to the maker, they might even ask you for your sizes. Because let's be real, this is true with almost any kind of product that's quote-unquote adjustable. It's only, you know, it's only really adjustable to a certain degree before it doesn't work for someone's body type. What is it? It's basically, yeah, what? One size fits all almost is never one size fits all. I can hear my bed calling. I'll see you all later. Hey, Dumpster Fire, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Sleep well. Sleep very well. Thanks. Have a nice stream. I'm working on it, yo, right now. Saves image. Oh, it has a sizing chart? That makes sense. I mean, yeah, overall, I still think this is a really good idea. I'm more than happy to not just keep sending people away to other websites to buy these things. So I'm a fan. I am a fan of this idea. Well, dude, color options too, frankly, like having color options, I think, I'm sure that's a big thing that you don't just get from your average site too, generally speaking. You probably get them from those fancy Etsy shops, but generally speaking, when you go to buy these things from, you know, your generic online retailer, you're not going to have the option to pick red or yellow, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, we did a photo shoot with one for one of the products, and but it was still like a super. I think it was a pretty generic harness. So, I mean, I've handled them, and I had to put one on the model we used. But again, it was not being, you know, totally utilized. It was just being used for photos. So. That's just true in general now, Milo. I feel like that's true across the board with pretty much every product. You're just lucky if you get something that's relatively, you know, well made. It's so hard to tell when you buy stuff, especially online now, whether or not it's going to be like some chintzy piece of shit, or if it's actually going to be a quality made product. Back in the day, and not that long ago, when I say back in the day, price was kind of a determining factor of, I guess it is to some extent, but what you spend on a product was kind of like, oh, this is going to be really well made, or that's going to be really well made. And I don't even think that's true anymore. I feel like some shit you can spend a lot of money on and still be crappy. But handmade, like artisan works in general, really are they're much rarer, and even if you go out of your way to look for it, they're harder to find. And you don't know if you're gonna get ripped off or what, you know? Need a secret channel in Discord. I think you guys are both my friends in Discord. We just start a group chat in Discord. You guys are all modified. If you want to create a channel, I'm fine with that too. Just make it private so that only we can view it. That's right, all. We have a Discord. Go join it. If you're watching, you haven't joined the Discord, you should do it. Do it up. Go post your artwork or just look at everyone else's artwork. Bam! Thank you, Milo. All 20 ways you can get a hold of me. That's how you split an Armsy's arm in half. I don't remember giving me... Yeah, Milo doesn't hang out in Discord very often. Or maybe you do, you're just lurking in there, Milo. Yeah, that would be Milo then. You can probably just make it mod safe. I mean, if 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 it's just for, you know, mods and whatever, then that's probably more than enough, really. I'd say just make sure that, I think, do you have to create, wait, can you do audio and normal text channels? It's only for us and your admin. Okay, cool, cool. All right. Okay, cool, cool. Awesome. Test, test. Yeah, then this is another place we can just share the links versus putting them into chat, because I don't know if that's going to get risky either, but that works for me. The admin is my whiff, so she's cool people. But yeah, once a design is made and I'm able to... Yeah, I think it'll work, man. Like I said, as long as we make sure it's just like a made-to-order product like everything else, that way it gives you time to create it. Like I said, anywhere from 4 to... I mean, right now, anywhere... We're at, like, I think 8 weeks, roughly. Our shortest has only ever been 4 weeks. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming that's plenty of time, but you gotta always think worst case scenarios. Like, how long does it take to get the product? Like, if you, for some reason, run out, you know, are you going to be able to, in a worst case scenario, you know, place a new order for material, get that in, and then be able to produce it, you know? And then we have shipping, of course, to and fro Nevada and the greater Kansas area. Yeah, I always plan for worst case scenarios when it comes to logistics, you know? And pricing it to a point where, you know, it will. Pricing is a great way to control the flow. Because, I mean, you don't want to make something too cheap. Because, again, you'll just end up fucking having, like, to make a bajillion of them, you know? Which isn't a bad case, I guess, but just. I'd rather you kind of shoot high. And if we have to, bring it down a little bit, there's room to bring it down, you know? I'd imagine, much like anything else, that leather, even when you're talking about, certain types of leather, I would still imagine there's times where you can get leather, like the same quote unquote type of leather, from different areas for different prices, you know? Oh shit, you did. To move up. That doesn't. And is tight and. Hey. Oh. Silicone is also very important. Yeah, that's the tricky part. I have no doubt that is one of the tricky issues for sure, Milo. Milo, you might need to be able to. You might need to draw some designs so we understand what you're talking about too. You know, even if they're very crude stick people drawings. You know, visual aids are always appreciated. All right, we're gonna have to grab the stand. Yeah, I'll do some designing, just like sketches. You know. Where's Kyle? I don't. Who knows? Oh, I'm sure I could get him to do some drawings, but we just have to have it all figured out so I could explain it to him, you know? He's always sketching shit for me. Mullet guys. It all starts somewhere, Milo. I honestly can't wait for the time where Lagged Out finally realizes what a bad idea it was to go down this road when he's like, 30 orders deep and can't keep up. Just freaking out. I'm wondering, no silicone based oil cannot be used on silicone. That is very true. Can a silicone item have sustained contact with another silicone, like if the pad itself was silicone? That's what I was mentioning yesterday, was that the pad would be silicone. Yeah. Yeah, it can. It'll probably bond to it over time, though. So really, we'd have to talk about the pad quite a bit, because the pad is going to need, it's probably going to need a variety of silicone, not just one type of silicone. Because rule number one about silicone, the softer something gets, the less durable it is. So when it comes to silicone, the softer it is, the less durable it is. It can tear, dent, these types of problems. But they make really good silicone adhesives. So theoretically, what we really need to do is just test what leather does to silicone. So if you have silicone and you were to squish it in a vise with leather for like a couple of days, is the silicone going to leach into the leather? Is it going to melt the I doubt it would, but I feel like these things probably work okay together, because I know that there's a whole leather scene that's all, I'm sorry, there's people really into leather and sex and shit. So you'd imagine that silicone and leather might actually go together pretty well. But we don't need it to be silicone. We can also use foam, like castable foam. So we can make the soft part in a specific shape, right? And have it be a foam as opposed to a silicone. And foam doesn't, it's not as, generally speaking, long lasting as silicone is. Like silicone pretty much lasts forever, but it might be more friendly with, with the leather. Or again, all my worries are for naught, and leather doesn't fuck with silicone at all. What type of silicone does it say? Because that matters. Yeah, I mean, again, we can also just send you some sample silicone to mess around with, because every manufacturer is going to have different types of silicone, and we use things to make our silicone more realistic. That is part of the thing that could leach out. I almost am certain that most silicone products that you buy, unless you're spending a ton of money on them, are not going to resemble the type of silicone that we use. I'm not trying to talk shit about your gag gift or anything like that. just saying. But I mean, pretty much we literally can take our base silicone and turn it into a gel if we wanted to. So think of like any gel-filled products you might buy, like sole inserts and things like that, like shoe inserts. Think stuff along those lines, you know? That's how soft we can go, if not softer. Literally make a gel, like a little gel pack, you know? And technically, if we planned it right, we could even encapsulate that into like a plastic maybe, so that it's protected from touching something directly anyways. So these are all options on the table. All right. Well, if you want to DM me your address, I can probably get something out to you this next week. And if you have little scraps of leather, you can just like lay it up against. The longer a period of time that we have the two things touching and we see how it affects it, if it does in fact affect it, the better. It'll be like, oh, okay, it was fine for 3 weeks, but after 3 weeks, it started getting funky. You know what I mean? And again, even those problems can be overcome. We just have to find a way to encapsulate it to protect it. Well, no. Well, I mean, we wouldn't run tests on that. At least with our products, you can't use silicone. It damages the product. Same with oil. But it is still a good point to consider the cleaning aspect, you know? Got leather sample squares of a bunch of different types of leather. There you go. From the company I'd order from, they make leather that's perfect for strapping. Okay. I mean, technically, people could buy these products, you know, for their own. Maybe they want to buy this, you know, item, not just for our products, but other companies' products. But they certainly have to work with ours. Otherwise, what's the point, you know, of selling? While you're at it, look up Vaculock harness. So do VAC dash U, the letter U dash lock. So VAC vac dash U dash lock harnesses, because that's what our products are designed for. And talk about an item that has even more limited options. I'm almost willing to bet you will not find handmade custom harnesses. Yeah, that's what ours are designed on. So we're not using O-rings. I mean, technically, you could put the O-ring as part of the design, then people could use it with whatever toy they had. But the drawback is the Vaculock is the best design for our product. So if we actually made a harness designed around that particular item, would actually be like ideal. Because there's honestly so few options out there for that style of harness. 99% of the time you're going to find just like the O-ring design. Actually, finding a way to embed almost a metal plate that has I think it's a 1/4-20, but it might be like a 13/16 bolt. So you can just screw the Vaculock plug right onto the harness. That would be badass. My goal is for it to fit y'all's stuff perfectly, and then we can worry about working with other stuff. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and likely getting it to fit our stuff is the easy part. Getting it to fit a human being the way it should fit, kind of like what Milo was talking about, and not the product not riding up. I mean, I don't want to sound like an asshole here, but we can probably steal a lot of the ideas of stuff that already exists and just beef it up, you know? Make it more robust. Yeah, I'll see if I can find that one harness I bought for the photo shoot. It's probably in my photo closet somewhere in a box. If you can find that, I can send you that too. Oh shit, I'm not even working on the area that the camera was looking at. Smooth move, Mike, smooth move. Well, I mean, let's be real, okay? Like, the designs for these things aren't rocket science in such a way that, I mean, as far as I understand it, these harnesses have not changed very much over the years. They're all pretty much the same. And, you know, some of the complaints that Milo's talked about, I've heard from other customers, so I know that these problems are problems that if we can find a way to overcome, would make it pretty unique. Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you spent a ton of money on one of those custom ones like we found when you guys were looking around. You'd probably be a lot happier of a customer. The problem is finding those places. Again, this is what I was talking about earlier. Finding any place that does a quality version of what you're looking for is always going to be the best idea. It's just hard to find ones that you trust, that you're not going to get ripped off, you know? So... if every person thought to go to Etsy for a random project, you know, or a random thing that they're looking for, they'd probably have better luck. But even then, I'm sure there's like scams and shit on Etsy just the same, right? I mean, there has to be almost. I'm gonna save for that machine probably. What again does that machine do? Like, what is it gonna allow you to do? It's like it's a press, right? So you'd still have to pay for the dies, I'd imagine, like anything else, or the whatever it's called, the cut dies, like, which I'm sure are expensive. Yo, what's going on? Coexist? I find Etsy and Fiverr both to be really awkward to navigate to find anything being done. And I agree, Etsy is probably better than Fiverr by a mile. There's different scams still to be careful of. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I feel like a bunch of people still use Etsy kind of like an eBay where they buy shit and just resell it too. So you never know, like when dealing with a seller, what it's going to be like. I'll have to get that before I make anything, or I'll get $251 one is amazing reviews just for rivets. Not a bad idea. Just foil stamping, dye stuff, and rivets, yeah. But it's made for small studios, so it would be perfect for me. Yeah. I mean, dude, do it up. You think about it, if you can just even, you'd probably, in profit of selling one of these things that we're talking about, dude, you'd probably make enough to buy it right then. And it's really not that much work. You make the damn thing, we take some pictures, and we put it up as an accessory item, or even like just an add-on or both. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you have like at least 1 or 2 sales within a week of launching it. If we hit the right price point, that's going to really determine it. We could also, if we weren't sure about how it was going to go, we could always launch it as like a limited time offer kind of thing, That's also an option. Or, only so many in stock if we really wanted to do the stock thing too. Plus, well, it is and it isn't. The good thing is it's a safer bet, right? The bad thing is that when you do limited run tests, it's not really a good estimate to how it will sell, because people read the term limited run or something like that as like they read it as something they have to be involved with. So you might actually get more sales than you would normally by doing that. So like, it's not like a good estimate for the regularity. It would be a good estimate to get them out into people's hands, and to see like their reviews, see how they like it. Plus, we would be doing an email blast too. I mean, you launch this product, you do an email blast, man. We have over 200,000 people on our email campaign. And these are the types of, every time we launch a new product, we do email blasts. That's why I was so fucking crunched when we were working on the new products that I posted pictures of in the Discord, was because I had to get them all done to make it by, the email blast time frame for Black Friday and all this other garbage. That's why I had to take the whole fucking month of October off, was to make things ready for that. You do an email blast, that's 200,000 people basically are just getting an email with this new product. People that are already interested in the products on the site to begin with, right? These are the best leads for sales, are people that have joined the mailing list because they're already interested. All of a sudden you get that many people and they see that, brought to you by Real Doll or whatever the case is. And bam, dude. It could be big. It could be really big, at least initially, Oh shit! Is the playlist done? The playlist is concluded. What other playlists we got? We can try another one here. What about relaxing electronic? See how relaxing. It's probably what, chill step or whatever, right? Did you say that, man? Until like I said, I'm waiting for when, if this all works out and everything, you're like 30 orders deep after making 200 of them, and you never want to make another one again. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I don't care who you are, that will happen. I'm not trying to get your hopes up. It may not go that big, but I would be hard pressed with the amount of questions we get about this particular topic, that it doesn't get big, at least for initially. Like the initial launch would be huge, probably. Not to mention, man, I'm sorry, as soon as you launch a product on scale, then you have to worry about all the cancellations and refunds and people having problems with it, right? Like, if it breaks, like what kind of warranty is it going to be offered under, you know? Good thing about something like this is that it is leather, so it's, you know, I know it sounds weird, but it doesn't necessarily have like moving parts, you know? And it should inherently by design be pretty robust. A philosophical playlist? No, I don't. I'd be down for it though. Get some dies made and I'll be able to crank them out. It's alright. Big or small, I don't care. Gotta have goals to reach. Oh, I have goals to reach. Yeah, well, that's a good way to look at it. Well, yeah, and then you take the success, whatever level, like let's say it goes really well, right? Then we make modifications to offer a different option, right? You know what I mean? Like right now I don't know what that would be, but I'm sure after selling a handful, we'd be like, oh, okay, we could have done this, or you know, customers are saying this now, so you make like the version 2, you know? Unfortunately, there's really only so much planning you can do. Wait, what? If it becomes too much for me, I'll take some of my profits and hire a friend to help me. There you go. Do you think it's something you can train pretty easily? I'm waiting to look in Discord. There's nothing in there. It just says you're typing. Oh, very easy. Okay. Yeah, but it still comes down to you having, correct me if I'm wrong, like every rivet more or less will have to be hand done. I mean, I guess, yeah, you'll have a machine to press it, but you still have to line everything up for each one. I feel like there's going to be a lot of rivets, dude. I like me rivets, man, even if they're decorative. It's another option is to come up with like the minimalist one and then the one that looks really cool. I have thought about I have designed something like that. You know, I'll talk. There is stuff like that out there actually. If I'm understanding what you're talking about. Oh, in the dyes, really? Okay. Brass looks good with silver and black. Or black looks good with silver or black. That's true, yeah. Black version, stealth cut. There you go, yeah. Yeah, it's nice. The hardest part about there's so many people out there that have great ideas, but the hardest part about launching a product, like a new product, is always getting the audience that you need to sell the item. You know, if you have a good audience, you can probably sell them pretty much anything. And that's the one advantage to doing it this way versus say someone trying to sell this type of stuff on Etsy is you're automatically You know, especially if you're a new Etsy store, it's really hard to get that audience. No, I think if what you typed is what I'm thinking of in my head, I've seen things like this before. Fighting with this this area right here, guys. Not having fun about it. I wonder how much in general, how much leather one of these things is going to take. That alone, like you're talking about buying what, 2 square feet at a time. I feel like you're going to need more than that. Yeah, my only other concern is how much bitching we'll get from people that'll be pissed that we're using leather. You know what I mean? I don't know how big of a problem that'll be, or if it really will be that big of a problem to begin with, but it is something I have thought about. I just feel like it's more reliable too, though. I guess I could make that argument. I just feel like leather's more reliable of a product, easier to do handcrafted stuff with. I guess you could use like leather or latex or some shit too. Or for these, I just get a side of leather. That's 20 square feet? No shit. Where the fuck do they find 20 square feet of leather? What are they pulling 20? Wait, that's 10. That's still 10 by 10. Where do they find a 10 by 10 chunk of leather? Do they merge it together somehow? Like, does a cow even... That's half of a cow? Cows are bigger than they look. I mean, I guess. I'm gonna take your word on it, dude. You know about this shit. I don't know this shit. But that does not seem like there's a 10 by 10 chunk of skin on half a cow. Maybe a whole cow. They are big. Yeah, that is true. It's been a while since I've been around a cow, but I don't remember, although I never looked at a cow like that, being like, I wonder how much skin I could get off of it. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe. Your bad what? Averages 25 square feet for a sec. Jesus! From you deer leather. Is it good? $250. Still 25 square feet. Jesus Christ. That's huge. And actually, it's not as expensive as I thought you were going to say. 25 square feet of leather. Wait a minute. You say 25 square feet of leather, but it's not in a square. Let me make that clear. All right, I will agree that maybe if it's not in a square, when you said it, I imagined like even if it was say 20, that's a 10 by 10, right? But that's not what it would be. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I'm with you. I got you now. It's literally in the shape of a cow. Damn it. Not that bad either, right? No shit. All right, this is gonna sound stupid, but you know how they say, you know, when you buy certain types of meat products, they'll say like, you know, free range chickens and shit like that. Can you buy leather from like I don't know, really nice farms? I know this sounds weird. Is that a possibility where it's like sourced, you know, only from the nicest cows that, or cows that have been treated the nicest their entire life? You know, do they do that? I'm just thinking PR right now, you know. I'm thinking of trying to think of ways that you can be like, don't worry, you know, we source all this leather from, you know, quality, I don't know, leather farms. I don't fucking know what this shit's called. I believe so. Animals taken care of better have less issues in the hide. Okay. I would look into that too, just so when you build out prices, you're like, okay, if we order from the fancy farms where they treat the cows like royalty, it's going to be this much. You know what I mean? Like, it might, you know, it just might be worth looking at from a, again, from a PR standpoint. I mean, either way, we'll know it'll be more expensive. They have the very best leathers. Right. You might want to find out. It'd be great if they also treat their animals like nicely. You know what I mean? Like, this would also be great. Like, I'm not even joking. It might be worth it to actually call some of these people and ask them how, like, how it's sourced. I'm sure, frankly, I'm sure they actually get this question all the time nowadays with the atmosphere and society being what it is. Like they might literally be like, "Oh yeah, we get this question all the time because companies, you know, they want to work with they want to work with happy cows, okay? I mean happy until they're dead cows. I mean, if you might not have to email them. I would assume they would have this kind of thing on the site if it was something that they cared about, you know. Like in the about us section or something, you know. What's it called? It would be called something, right? Like ethically grown leather. I don't know. Softly with this song, it's all right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically. I actually think it's less about that. I think it's probably more about how they are treated while they're alive. You gotta think about it. Like, for those big chunks of leather, I mean, those cows are full grown, which means they lived likely a good long time, I'd imagine. Tannery has been audited by the Leather Working Group for environmental certification. Okay, all right, that's impressive. Impressive. I'm assuming. I've never heard of that, so I'm just taking, you know, it sounds impressive. And that's half the battle, just making it sound impressive. Whoever thought I would be learning so much about leather? Not me. Never thought about it. Sustainability. Great English bridal tools, kittens, contact us. You sent me a link to the. Oh, did you send two links? Are there two links? Sorry, hold on. There we go. A natural byproduct, 100%. Each and every hide we tan comes with natural byproduct of the beef industry. Its leather and survive 2 billion pounds of cattle hides would be sent to landfills each year. No shit. 100% of the wastewater is used in production is managed on site in our state-of-the-art treatment facility. Before we ever tan our hides, the hair must be removed and the flesh must be shaved down to be even and smooth. We work with local farmers to turn the waste into nutrient-rich fertilizer. Dude! Fuck yeah. This is a place you already go? What's this place called again? They love to be in the big gang. We know Cursed was joking. Cow's Paradise is the big herd slowly moving into the tall grass. Yeah. Yeah. From a separate storefront, but they get it directly. Oh, you don't buy directly from them? Or can you even buy it from them? Some of these places you can only buy it from the, like their distributors. That's interesting when you think about it, the whole leather thing, because the way they say it is like, hey, these cows are already being slaughtered, right? So they'd make the argument that, of course, it would go to waste. Unfortunately, the problem is I feel like people that actually like freak out about this kind of stuff, they would make the argument that the cow shouldn't be being slaughtered to begin with. Again, this is just where my brain goes. This is not going to stop anything. It's just the kind of shit I think about. We get plenty of people all pissed off emailing us about other things, you know. Like it or not, this will be something we get messaged about at some point. I know it. I know it will happen. When they eat gum, yeah, right. Gelatin, yeah, no shit. Yeah, a lot of people, they don't realize that gelatin is, yeah, made out of animal bits. You're about to ruin some days? Dude. You go on with your bad self. That's one thing I haven't heard of. I'm sure they have. They must have by now come up with synthetic gelatin that's not from animal bits. If they have, I haven't heard about it, but they must. I actually had just because I wanted to try it. I mean, like, here's the thing. Here's the reality. I am down for synthetic meats, okay? I had a Beyond Meat sandwich, or like a burger or something like that, like earlier this year. It was good. I had no complaints. It was like a weird pulled pork kind of thing. I was down. It's just more expensive, man, and not super readily available. As soon as it becomes more readily available, man, I'm down. I got no issue. Bring on the synthetic meats. Make that shit available in every store and figure out a way to make it more affordable, and I am in. Tired to be so poor, I decided to make money in real estate. Yeah, it's true. My little friend hate me for that, but hey, they are still poor. I'm not anymore. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Maybe, but like I said, I'm still down. I don't care. I don't care if it's lab grown meat, as long as it tastes like the real thing and everything else is good about it. Like, it's not gonna kill me in, like, 20 years or some shit. Well, I'll probably be dead by then, but anyways. But that's my point. It's not directly poisoning me as much as other shit is right now. I mean, meat as it is, when you get it from a farmer's market or from a grocery store, is likely fucking filled with a bunch of garbage anyways. But as far as it being, it just needs to be equally as bad for me. Yeah, you get the idea. That's it. Yeah. Like I said, I think it was like a pulled pork Beyond Meat sandwich burger thing. It was really fucking good. it was, I believe, like twice the cost of a normal burger, but you know, it was, at least I got to try it. All right, dudes and dudettes and people. I will never put that in my mouth. Ah, Milo, you gotta live a little. Eat some lab-grown meat. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me while I continue to work on this. We had a wide-ranging conversation today, for sure. But I'm wrapping this up. Yo, if you're watching this in the future on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you guys here on Twitch are liking what you see and you want to see more cool stuff, check out the Discord. We're trying to get it grown to a community of artists posting their IRL art. But otherwise, Milo, Lagged Out, Camcorder, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. I will be back tomorrow. Yes, let's keep that conversation moving in Discord. That would be super awesome. Yeah, otherwise, I will catch up with you guys later. Peace out.